Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Excuse me. I'm just a little out of sorts this morning. I'm sorry, Brent. I really am.
Sorry, Dave. Yeah. I'm sorry you're out of sorts to get the day started.
Well, I don't, I'm just didn't have any green olives last night, and I'm just not there. You know what I'm saying?
Now, we went to the grocery store yesterday, and I went down the aisle, and I saw the aisle of green olives, and there was a dent in the section. And I'm like, well, Dave must have been here.
Well, I don't think I was responsible for that. But
okay.
We have some great people staying with us. We have some company in, and I didn't want to. Well, I was gritting my teeth all night. I mean, we were having a great time, and
you didn't want to make a scene,
right?
Because you were afraid, well, if I start with one, then I'm going to end up sitting here with an entire bowl in front of me, and that may not look good in front of company.
And it's relatives on my wife's side, and I didn't want to embarrass Joan.
Yeah,
in front of her.
Well, maybe
family.
They like olives. Did you ask?
Well, that's just it. I didn't want to get them out because I didn't want to. I hate to say this, I just didn't want to share the olives with them.
Oh, I see.
And so I didn't want them to see me gulping them down. I also didn't want to share them.
And you didn't want to share them, huh? Well,
I was in a olive pickle, if you will.
If you will, so to speak.
That's right. Enough of my troubles. How you doing?
Doing good today. Thanks. Yeah.
Good.
Fell asleep in the chair last night about 8 o'clock and woke up just in time to stay up and watch Nathan Chen skate and win the gold medal. So it was a good night.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
Today's the 8th day, by the way, of the Winter Olympics. That artificial snow, or that snow they make, seems to be working pretty well on their outdoor events.
Yeah.
You really can't, other than, like you say, you look at the hills, there's no snow in some cases, but where they're putting the surface to work, they're doing a good job with it. Oh, the Chinese know what they're doing when it comes to making things.
Yeah, well,
their names on everything. I suppose that snow will probably have a label on it somewhere, made in China.
It could, yes. You never know.
Everything else seems to. All right, let's see, what else? Oh, you're going to Callaway today? Is that right?
I am, yeah. We were invited to, a youngster there is going to be signing a letter of intent to play college sports, so we were invited to that and be headed there later this morning. So I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Later in the show.
All right. If you see Cuddly Ken, would you give him a hug for me?
Well, absolutely.
Ken Pitkin.
Okay.
Now he's not married to Christy.
Yes, I know. I think you're the only one in Custer County that said that.
Christy Pitkin is not married to Ken. I just want to make that clear.
Okay. Well, thanks, Dave.
I think they went on one date in high school.
Oh. Okay.
And then they found the loves of their life in the same family. It was all wonderful little Callaway small town story.
Yeah.
If you see Zach Meyer at Myers Insurance.
Oh, okay.
Would you give him a hug for me too?
Well, we'll see. Okay.
I like Zach. He's a good guy.
All right.
And if you need any insurance, he'll help you with that as well.
Okay.
But he'd probably be okay with a hug.
Okay.
Let's see, who else?
Yeah, it's just you just want me to. I'll just make a sign, and when I walk into the school, just say, "Get ready, Dave wants me to hug you."
Yeah, you might
come
give
here, please.
Candace a hug there at Shotgun Annie's, and
all right.
Slip down to Henry's and give him a hug.
I'll just walk around town and hug people.
But don't even think about giving Liana a hug.
Oh, okay.
She's hot.
Oh.
She'll burn you.
Oh, okay. Oh, Dave. What else you want to talk about?
Well, I guess we could do the menus.
Okay. School lunch menus.
School lunch menus. Every time we do school lunch menus, I think of Senator Howard Lamb, who explained to us that this really wasn't necessary. And I understand. His point was well taken.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bless him.
I
But
love reading the school lunch menus.
Well, we can, you know what?
Kids are on their way to school at about this time.
The other part of it is you can kind of screw them up and, correct yourself.
That's a good point. This is not as easy as one may think. And we've certainly proven that over the years.
Oh, almost every day. Callaway, where Brent is headed, they're having chicken quesadillas today.
All right. Sergeant today, spaghetti with meat sauce, corn, fruit, garlic bread, milk, and a salad bar at Sergeant.
I think Joan's family is going to meet with the Safranics today, and I'm worried that they'll say something to. I think Craig Safranic's going to be there, and I'm afraid they're going to say something about his hair doesn't look quite right. That maybe he should use some Dawn Platinum, but I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. And Selma Myrna Public Schools today, mozzarella Bosco sticks with marinara dipping sauce, breaded steak fries with dinner roll, crispy chicken salad with roasted flatbread, vegetables, and that would include baked beans, barbecued baked beans, fruit and veggie bar, and 1% unflavored milk.
All right.
Or chocolate skim milk.
Okay. Broken Bow today, kind of similar, Italian dunkers with marinara.
Did you say marinara?
Marinara dipping sauce.
What did I say?
I really don't know.
It wasn't really like marinara. It was close.
Also at Broken Bow today, breaded steak fries with dinner roll, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, or Southwest salad with tortilla chips. Your choices at Broken Bow Middle and High School today.
I got this one. Thedford tater tot casserole, green beans, and dinner roll.
All right. Gothenburg today, some of their choices include a crispy chicken sandwich, quesadillas, and pizza at Gothenburg today.
Sumner, Addyville, Miller showing no school today.
All right. Let's see, I've got a couple of more. Sandhills School in Dunning. Get on the right day here. Sweet and sour chicken, rice, and rolls at Sandhills. I think I read the wrong menu for Gothenburg. Again, folks, this is not as easy as you may think. So let me correct Gothenburg. Chicken and noodles, spicy chicken tenders, and pizza. Because today's the 10th, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you.
Bill paying day.
Litchfield today, hot pork sandwich at Litchfield. And at Ansley today, chicken and waffles will be on the menu at Ansley. And Arcadia serving a chicken sandwich today for lunch at Arcadia.
Steve just typed in on our chat box here this morning, said, "Good morning. I opened the front door this morning to lean into the wind, almost fell over forward because it's nice and calm this morning." Yeah, it is nice out there, Steve. You're right. A little cool, but the wind's not blowing.
Did I hear you say rain and snow today?
Possibly later.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
20% or 30%, something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
But not much.
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
You might have found a little frost on your window this morning if your car sit out. I know you have a garage. Well, we do too, but the cats take that side. But if your car sit outside, you might get the scraper out.
Yeah,
today.
I saw that when I pulled in here.
Let's see here. Birthdays. Locally, Ann Carr. Ann Wheeler Carr is celebrating a birthday today. Can't read my own writing. Casey Johnson.
Really?
Celebrating a birthday today.
Casey, happy birthday.
She is just turning the same number as Richard Petty's car.
Okay.
Craig Sponel is, wow, he's a young guy. Yeah, I thought he was, Craig, way to go. Craig Sponel celebrating birthday today. He's just a spring chicken, as they say, or a spring rooster in his case.
Well, good. Happy birthday to you all.
You're celebrating your birthdays, and if you're having one out there, with Roberta Flack.
Oh, singer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She had this song called Killing Me Softly. Remember that one?
Yes. I do, yeah.
Big hit for her, but boy. First Time I Ever Saw Your Face was another big one for her. She is 85 today. Emma Roberts is an actress. She was the unfabulous star in Screen Queen, and a new mom. Also played popular fictional detective Nancy Drew, and she starred in the American Horror Story. She's 31 today. Elizabeth Banks is 48 today, actress-director. Let's see here. Happy birthday to the actress who played Effie Trinket in The Hunger Games and made us laugh as Gail, the moderator in the Pitch Perfect films. And Laura Dern.
Okay.
Now, Laura's dad is a famous actor. Bruce. And she is wonderful, I think. She does a great job. She's 55 today. Oscar-winning actress and, as we mentioned, daughter of actors Bruce Dern and Diane Ladd. She starred in Jurassic Park, Mask, Big Little Lies, and Marriage Story, and many others. So those are some of the folks you're celebrating your birthday with today. Now, I have a hot new story in here, if I can find it right away here. It's Valentine's Day is coming up. Monday, I believe. Is it on Monday? That's your birthday, too,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm told.
You're a Valentine baby.
I'm a sweetheart.
Okay, so this just in, if this Valentine's Day you're feeling anger more than love, and anger at a particular person, maybe an ex-wife or husband, an animal shelter in Virginia has the perfect solution.
Okay.
For a $10 donation, they will write the name of your ex on a piece of paper and drop it into the cat litter box. The felines will do their business on it, and you'll feel better. The shelter says whether you consider it vengeful or, therapy, it all goes to a good cause.
Well, that's thinking outside the box for a fundraiser.
Yeah, the
isn't
litter
it?
box.
Yes.
Want to play the game?
Sure. It's Black History Month, and so we're asking questions to test your knowledge of significant events or people in our U.S. history. Today's question: who were the first group of students that integrated a high school located in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957? Okay, they were given a name. They were called the Black Panthers, the Selma Marchers, the Little Rock Nine, or the Southern Leadership Conference. Those are your choices. Who were the first group of students that integrated a high school located in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957? The Black Panthers, the Selma Marchers, the Little Rock Nine, or the Southern Leadership Conference? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's tuxedo time! Yes, prom season is right around the corner and wedding season is right behind. We've new styles and great colors to choose from for prom, plus we'll give $10 back to your after prom party for each tux rented. If you're planning a wedding this year, register at Chapin's for a 10% discount on the entire wedding party with 5 paid tuxes. We're ready to make your event extra special and you'll look your best. It's Chapin's, downtown Broken Bow.
Love local as we start the new year. KCNI KBBN is giving away $25 gift cards to these area businesses and more on The Breakfast Show.
Nebraska State Bank, Clips and Curls, Nebraska Past Your Door, Agland 8 TV, St. Hills Custom Creations, The Foo Bar and Grill, Lily Kate Boutique, Wenquist Incorporated, and The Quilting Shack.
Keep listening for your chance to win on The Breakfast Show. And remember, love local.
All right, you want to answer that one, Brent?
Yeah, they were referred to as the Little Rock Nine. So that's your answer.
Little Rock Nine.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of a tough one. Thank you.
Yep.
Valentine's Soup Supper coming up at the Prairie Pioneer Center on Saturday, this Saturday, February 12th, from 4:30 to 7 p.m. The Prairie Pioneer Center is located at 1314 South B Street in Broken Bow. It will be a free will donation. Bring your favorite Valentine to the Prairie Pioneer Center for a soup supper this Saturday. Also want to again remind you of the upcoming cancer benefit for Max Richards. And I think you can still probably donate items for the silent auction. If you'd like to find out and have something nice that could be sold, get a hold of Sheila Clark at 308-870-3609. All proceeds go to help Max and Christy with medical costs and lost wages. They thank you for your love and support. This will be on Sunday, February 27th from 4 until 7 p.m. at the Veterans Memorial Building. Got an email today. We might squeeze in a guest tomorrow, an extra guest. I got to work it out after we get off the air. Might try to squeeze in Alan Bartels, who is the information specialist with the Lower Loop NRD. He's going to be in town tomorrow for a chemigation training, and he's the one who's running the photo contest for Lower Loop NRDs that we talked about earlier, and now he's got some more things coming up that you might be interested in. So we'll see if we can get Alan on tomorrow. I'll email him after the show.
Okay, Dave.
I'll contact him through digital devices.
There you go.
Wow, how would you like to be on a cruise ship and all of a sudden they're taking you to Florida, not where you're headed?
Oh.
I think the cruise ship business is a little tough right now, and 2 Crystal cruise ships were seized in the Bahamas because of unpaid bills. The captain made the announcement to crew members over the intercom and had to insist it wasn't a joke. Apparently, the Hong Kong-owned boats owed $4.6 million in fuel payments. Yikes! They were scheduled to dock in Miami on January 2nd. Instead, the passengers from both vessels were ferried to Florida.
Well.
So you might want to do a little research if you're going to go on a cruise. These were Hong Kong-owned boats, but who knows who owns the boats these days?
Yeah. Never been on a cruise.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
I don't think I would like it.
Don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
No, there's no way off of it once you get out there, and maybe you get
Well,
next
it's not like it's a little fishing boat. I mean, there's plenty of places to walk around on the ship.
Yeah, but what if you have, let's just say they put you at a table, for your meals, and with some loud, boisterous guy,
radio announcer.
Yeah, somebody that you driving you crazy. Where do you go? Got nowhere to go. Or the little cabins they put you in, and what if you get an inside cabin and you can't see out? Doesn't that sound a little claustrophobic to you?
Well,
I'd rather go.
I kind of thought it'd be fun to go on a cruise until now. Now you've just kind of ruined that for me. So thanks.
Well, wouldn't a ship, a real ship with sails on it, be more fun? Wouldn't that feel more free than, having an ice sculpture made in front of you with a whole bunch of people you don't like?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We sent my mom and dad on a cruise for one of their anniversary. Yeah. Good. And it was good, although Dad served in World War II in the Navy, and he was on a destroyer and a couple other ships. And he said he really didn't feel like he was on a ship in this boat, in this cruise boat, because they have this computerized leveling, and you just slide into the dock, and he was thinking they'd have to, throw out the ropes like they did on the destroyers. And so I think that was a little bit disappointing, and the ocean was just flat, and he was used to waves. A lot of people love it, though.
Yeah.
You can make new friends or enemies, all in one fell swoop. All right. Talk a little bit real quick, if you wouldn't mind, about what you're going to be doing on Saturday. I know that you and Mr. Crawley are going to be immersed in wrestling.
We'll be going out to Nebraska City. This is the weekend of district wrestling, so area athletes will be trying to qualify for the state wrestling championships next week in Omaha. We're going to be in Nebraska City. We'll be covering Broken Bow there at the B1 District Championships. And we'll be calling all of the Broken Bow matches as they come out on the mat on Saturday. Now, the tournaments actually start on Friday evening, but we'll be there on Saturday, and we'll be live on the radio with Broken Bow matches. And then during the day, we'll be looking at other districts as well and keeping you up to date with what's happening with area wrestlers as they try to qualify for state. So that'll be the plan on Saturday. Matches are scheduled to start at 9:30 on Saturday morning. So we'll probably be kind of cutting in and out throughout the course of the day, just depending on when Broken Bow wrestlers are coming out to the mat.
Thank you, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
And there's been word there might be a Mick Patch sighting on Friday too, and Saturday.
All the way from Chicago?
Possibly.
Wow. Well, I bet you there will be.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing Mick.
Yeah.
And Mick is, we'll probably get Mick on the mic a few times maybe during districts, but Mick will be there. The plan is Mick will be joining us for state this year. So it'll be nice to have Mick back in the booth, and it'll be great to have an extra set of eyes when all of our area kids are popping out on the mat during state wrestling. It's a great kind of crazy, but it can get a little crazy when in that opening round when you have all your area kids coming out on the mat. So we'll look forward to districts Saturday and then live play-by-play coverage of state wrestling next week.
All right. Yeah, because, folks, you have to remember these guys are not right next to the mat. They're way up there at state. You're a long ways away.
We're on the Level 6.
Level 6, way up there.
Way at the top.
But it works out great, and I don't think you'll find any other radio station, at least in this area, if not the state, who covers wrestling at the state tournament as extensively as our team does. So we're the spot. Dial it up or listen on KBBN.com.
There you go.
It's National Flannel Day. I almost forgot that.
Oh, man, I wish I would have known that. I'd have worn my flannel shirt.
You know, there's a lot of confusion with flannel shirts. I don't know if you realize this or not.
Confusion.
Yeah. Flannel and plaid are not the same thing.
Oh.
Some people think if you're wearing a plaid shirt, it's a flannel shirt. No.
Okay.
It's the material.
All right.
Okay, we wanted to clarify that.
Thank you.
So today, if you're going to wear your flannel, make sure the material is right on National Flannel Day. It's also National Umbrella Day. Protect you from the elements, sun and rain. Stylish look as well. The umbrella was invented 4,000 years ago. Evidence that it was used in ancient Greece and Egypt. Yeah, I think they put the umbrella over the top, especially on the ladies when they put their eye makeup on.
Oh.
I'm just guessing on that one. The Chinese, here we go again, the Chinese invented the first rain umbrella by coating paper parasols in wax and lacquer. So that's how that started. They coated it so it shed water like a duck. And the word umbrella comes from the Latin language, umbra, which means shade.
Oh, wow. Man, you're just full of information this morning. Whew.
Yeah. And I didn't even get this off the net. This is right here in my hand on paper.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh, what? That's not a good sign. Looks bad. What happened?
I didn't sleep very good last night because of this olive thing. And
okay.
I slipped upstairs during the night about 2:30.
You slipped upstairs.
Yeah,
okay.
because I can slip upstairs, yes. It's very dark down there. Anyway, I made it upstairs.
Yes.
And, oh, Lord.
Guess? Do you want to keep sharing, or do you want to stop?
I took the jar downstairs.
Oh, so you went and snuck olives out at night when everybody was sleeping.
Yeah, and I spilled some.
Uh-oh.
And, oh, Lord. And I just got up this morning.
Well, you got to be careful. That olive juice, that could create a slick surface.
Well,
no one slipped
I
upstairs.
I took all the juice off.
Okay.
I mean, I squeezed them off and put them in a bowl.
Oh.
And I spilled the bowl. And our company may go down there and shower and use the bed to sit on and dry off.
No.
What are they going to think when they... What are they going to think if they see all these little olives in my bed?
I honestly don't know what a person would think.
Oh, think about
if
it.
They saw that.
Just what would you think if you just happened to look
honestly,
over and
I
was,
have no idea what I would think.
7 or 8.
I don't know.
7 or 8 little olives right there in the middle of the bed. Oh my God, that's that's going to be embarrassing.
Well, you want us to take over on the show so you can go home and clean up after yourself, or what?
Oh, you know that.
Give Joan a call. She'll take care of it. She's used to cleaning up your messes.
Yes.
She's been doing it for over 50 years.
Joan, would you want to go down and clean up my olives down there in my bed?
Joan, if you're listening.
Before the company gets down there and looks over and wonders what is that? Oh, for heaven's sakes, it's the Dave Davis Report, Farmers National.
Yes, today's the day we do that.
Probably Kathy. I don't know whether handsome gentleman Jim will be in this or not. But
I don't think so. I think it was just Kathy this week.
Well, she'll do a great job. She is Nick.
Rise and shine.
All right.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Eberly reporting for Dave Davis Auction Service and Farmers National Company. To start with Farmers National Company, we do have a listing at 605 North G Street. It's close to school, has a large open living concept. Kitchen has lots of cabinets and counter space, and a breakfast bar open to the formal dining area. Formal dining area space has patio doors leading out to the back. There are 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms all on the main floor. The master bedroom has a master bathroom with double sinks. Main floor laundry coming in from the garage. Lower level has a 3rd bathroom with whirlpool tub and a separate shower. 4th bedroom, a craft room, and a family room with a fun bar area separated with a double-sided fireplace. Attached double garage, an extra concrete pad to park a camper, new shingles, and a garage door. This is at 605 North G Street. At 628 North 6th Avenue, this home has a large garage home with an apartment upstairs. Kitchen has lots of cabinets, breakfast nook, and a large pantry. Open living and dining space. There's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Main floor and lower level laundry. Full storage basement with other possibilities. The upstairs does have its own entrance. There's an open loft area for kitchen and living dining space up there. Has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. All appliances are staying with the home. Does have new PEX PVC drains installed throughout. New instant natural gas water heater in 2019. Underground sprinklers. That's at 628 South 6th Avenue. At 245 North 9th Avenue, this home has a nice remodeled kitchen with breakfast bar, formal dining area, and an informal dining space. Large master bedroom. Bathroom addition was added in 2015. Master bedroom has walk-in closet with neat barn door. Upstairs has 3 more bedrooms and a 2nd bathroom. Lower level has a family room, office space, 3rd bathroom, and lots of storage. Large attached double garage was also added in 2015. Does have a cute open front porch. Composite deck on the south side of the home. A lot of the windows have been replaced. Some are triple pane and have a warranty that will transfer to the new owner. That's at 245 North 9th Avenue. At 79891 Highway 2, this one has had a price reduction. It's an acreage close to town. Living room has beautiful original hardwood floors. 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom on the main floor. Laundry is located off of the kitchen. Lower level has a 3rd bedroom with egress window. All electric home with a heat pump. Nice sized yard with underground sprinklers. Newer windows, septic tank, and concrete driveway. New shingles in 2020 and siding in 2021. Large garage was built in 2012. 1.68 plus or minus acres with a fenced-in area in the back for a horse. That's at 79891 Highway 2 and has had a price reduction. At 1725 North C Street, this is a stately 2-story home. This home sits proudly on a hill of a very large lot. Main floor has kitchen, dining area, living room, half bathroom, office, and a family room. Family room has a fireplace and newer waterproof flooring. Upstairs has 3 bedrooms and 2 more bathrooms. Master bedroom has a master bathroom, hardwood floors under the carpet, partial basement with laundry and great storage. You'll enjoy the large wraparound deck, mostly newer windows. Furnace and air conditioner are around 6 years old. Exterior was recently painted. Has a utility shed, a garden shed, and double garage with storage above. This is all located at 1725 North C Street in Broken Bow. In Mason City at 474 Crawford Street, we do have a full-service firearms store. Purchase price includes the firearms, the ammo, inventory, business laptop, shelving, furniture, office equipment, and printer. GunSense, formerly Cooper's Corner, was established in 2017, has greatly expanded with suppressor or night vision thermal equipment. GunSense is the only Gold Star dealer in Nebraska for silencer. It's located on Nebraska Highway 2 with expanded customer territory through central, northern, and western Nebraska. A turnkey opportunity with a very bright near and long-term future. If you are thinking of selling your home, please let me know. We have several buyers looking to buy right now. We do also have some new listings coming, so if you are looking for a new home, please come check with me. I would be glad to help you out. Thank you all for listening, and have a great day. Thank you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. GM's just announced it's canceling 2 shifts at a plant in Lansing, Michigan because of supply chain disruptions caused by anti-vaccine trucker protests in Canada. There are other fears in the U.S. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
In a bulletin to law enforcement, the Department of Homeland Security says it received reports a convoy of truckers plans to potentially block roads in major metropolitan cities and severely disrupt transportation.
Another Tesla recall, this time over the boombox function that can play loud sounds like this over an external loudspeaker. The noise can drown out pedestrian warnings that EVs are near. An investigation may deepen into documents former President Trump removed from the White House. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
The concern now isn't not only how the former president handled national security secrets, but whether the Justice Department is going to have to wade into what would immediately become a politically divisive case.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A 27-year-old Columbus man is in critical condition after a collision involving a moped and a semi Monday evening. Deputies with the Platte County Sheriff's Office were called to Highway 30 and East 18th Avenue, just east of Columbus, for the accident at approximately 8:15 p.m. Sheriff Ed Wemhoff said a 2000 Peterbilt semi pulling an empty livestock trailer had been traveling westbound on Highway 30 when the semi struck a pedestrian operating a moped on the highway. At that location, Highway 30 is a 4-lane divided highway. According to Wemhoff, the investigation was able to determine that the operator of the moped had been traveling westbound in the middle of the inside westbound lanes of travel. The driver of the Peterbilt, Andy Breathauer, 57 years old of Ord, was not injured in the collision. The operator of the moped, Michael Wienendahl, 27 years old of Columbus, was transported by Columbus Rescue to the Columbus Community Hospital. Wienendahl was transferred to Bryan West in Lincoln by a medical helicopter, where he remains in critical condition. Members of the Nebraska State Patrol assisted in the investigation of this accident. The Columbus Police Department and the Nebraska Department of Transportation assisted with traffic control. The accident remains under investigation by the Platte County Sheriff's Office. State Senator Michaela Cavanaugh filed for re-election to the Nebraska unicameral on Tuesday. Elected to this office in 2018, Senator Cavanaugh said, quote, "It has been a privilege and honor to serve the people of District 6 for the past 4 years." Cavanaugh said that her re-election campaign will remain centered on the issues she focused on previously on the campaign trail and while serving in office. She serves in the Nebraska legislature with her brother John Cavanaugh. Her dad John also served in the Nebraska legislature from 1972 to 76 and served as a U.S. congressman for Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District from 1977 to 1980.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, the countdown is on to the Thursday's trade deadline, 3 p.m. Eastern time. On the court, the Jazz beat the Warriors 111-85. Bogdan Bogdanovic, 26 points. Donovan Mitchell, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists in the win for Utah. Bulls over the Hornets, 121-109. DeMar DeRozan, 36 points for Chicago as they move a game back of Miami for the best record in the East. Cleveland also a game back of that top spot in the Eastern Conference. Cavs beat the Spurs 105-92. Trailblazers get by the Lakers 107-105. The Kings down the Timberwolves 132-119. And the Raptors won their 7th straight, beating the Thunder 117-98. In college basketball, 6 ranked teams were in action. 4 of them lost to unranked teams, including number 6 Houston, who fell at SMU 85-83. 9th ranked Texas Tech lost at Oklahoma 70-55. Number 16 Ohio State lost at Rutgers 66-64. Number 25 Xavier fell at Seton Hall 73-71. Winter Olympics in Beijing American Nathan Chen won gold in figure skating.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. Partly sunny and breezy for today. Highs will top out near 58 degrees. Winds turn to the west-southwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows drop to 32. Winds west, 10 to 15. Higher gusts remain possible. Friday, partly sunny and windy. Highs warm into the middle 40s. And then Friday night, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. Blustery winds, and those fall into the teens. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm Phil Jensko.
It's 8:05. It's 12 degrees outside. We'll call it mostly clear. It looks like the cloud cover's not too significant out there this morning. Winds very light so far today. Barometric pressure was falling early this morning, leveled off at 30.07, but now has dropped down to 30.04, so it's falling again. Humidity at 94%. Our high yesterday, 53, overnight low of 12. Sunset today at 6:05. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:39. No measurable precipitation in this month of February to this point. That's a look at weather and news on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
This audio is brought to you and paid for by Ray Hunt. It was not produced in the KCNI KBBN studios and does not necessarily represent the views or policies of Custer County Broadcasting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This audio is brought to you and paid for by Ray Hunt.
Mr. Roy, seek recognition.
Strike the last word.
That the gentleman is recognized.
Well, as the gentlelady on the other side of the aisle knows, I too live in Texas. Raised my son, daughter to respect firearms. We shoot them frequently on our property. We shoot semi-automatic weapons on my property. I teach my children how to use them safely. I teach them what they're used for, why we have the ability to have firearms. And yes, we use it for hunting. My son shot his first deer.
Would the gentleman yield for a question?
Briefly.
Yeah, very question. What do you use semi-automatic weapons for?
I use semi-automatic weapons to kill hogs. I use semi-automatic weapons for sport and shooting on our property, but I also have semi-automatic weapons, and I'm getting to the point.
Thank you.
Because a semi-automatic weapon is a weapon that you can use for self-defense. It is a semi-automatic weapon that you can use to defend yourself against home invaders, but also, let's be clear, against tyranny. The gentlelady is talking about the Second Amendment in the context of hunting, as if my rights are reduced in the Constitution to a 410 or a single shot or lever action 22, as if that was what was expressly put forth as how we're supposed to be defending ourselves.
Yield again?
And let me go ahead and finish my time, sir, unless we want to add more time.
Very, very quickly question.
But I need more time. Will the gentleman give me another 30 seconds?
Yes.
I'll yield.
You said that you could use a semi-automatic weapon to fight tyranny.
Sure.
You mean you'd use it against American troops?
The very existence of the Second Amendment is designed purposefully to empower the people to be able to resist the force of tyranny used against them to step over their natural rights given to them by God. That is why the Second Amendment exists. That is very specifically why the Second Amendment exists. And let's be very clear about that. Let's rewind the clock a little bit, as I know at least several justices have written in Supreme Court opinions, but about what life looked like in the 19th century and what the government was doing to remove the ability of either slave owners or, importantly, freed blacks, or importantly, whites who even stood up in defense of blacks or against slavery, and the efforts by the South and the efforts by the strong arm of government to remove their ability to have firearms. That is an absolute, undeniable, documented, historic fact in our country. As written by Robert Verbruggen in the National Review, and I'm happy to submit this to the record without objection, he writes, "The heart of the problem is that in an effort to stave off rebellion and maintain the racial caste structure that had developed under slavery, state and local governments refused to respect freedmen's constitutional rights. Crucial to the South's efforts were gun control laws that applied to blacks and blacks alone. This does not show that," and it goes on further, I'm going to take too longer, where it goes into the South's campaign against black gun ownership, not surprisingly, began long before the Civil War. Two slave rebellions in the 1820s stoked whites' fears, and in response, many legislatures amended their laws prohibiting slaves from carrying firearms to apply the prohibition to free blacks as well. When the government, and he writes further, and I agree with this, when the government has the ability to forbid gun ownership, it has the ability to render groups it dislikes helpless to defend themselves, regardless of whether modern gun control accomplishes its purpose of reducing crime. And for the record, there is no evidence it does. And I agree with that as well. This is so inherent to the very conversation we're having. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle just blithely dismiss due process. A former judge even saying, arguments about due process, you have the opportunity to be heard after. You have the opportunity to be heard after your rights have been taken away. That's the key issue here. We are absolutely destroying the bedrock principle that your rights are given to you by God and that you can't just have to go to the government to ask permission to exercise those rights. And when
would the gentleman yield for a question? Could I ask Mr. Roy a question? Would you yield for a second?
I need to finish up my time. I already have a few seconds left over from the chairman. I'm happy to engage with you in colloquies later. And I would point out that my colleague from Maryland, again, just sort of rolled over the fact that it was very expressed in the Supreme Court's ruling that the Second Amendment protects an individual right to possess a firearm unconnected with service in a militia. My colleagues like to continually try to connect that to militia service, but we all know that what a militia looked like in 1775 and 1776. I appreciate that the chairman gave me a little extra time in light of our exchange and questioning.
Ace Hardware in Broken Bow has new owners. Joe and Liz Franzen took over in November of this past year and have continued working hard to serve you with great tool brands like Steel and Milwaukee, plus paints from Clark and Kensington, including primer all-in-one that can be computer matched with your color preference. Of course, plumbing and electrical supplies are in stock too. New hours alert. As of February 1st, they are open Monday to Friday, 7:30 until 6, and Saturday, 8 until 4. Open earlier and staying open.
Hey, it's not snowing.
Yeah,
that's true.
Wouldn't mind that. At
It
this
might
point,
later
though.
today or tonight.
Don't say that.
That'd be good. Oh, we need it.
We need moisture.
Snow.
True,
Grass
true.
is not meant to crunch like snow under my feet.
Oh, it has been so dry, hasn't
Yeah. Hey, let's back up just for a moment.
Oh, yeah.
And talk about the past. We do too much of that here on the show. I think Jeremy would be the first to say, why don't you guys move along forward? But in this case, we're talking about a past performance
Oh, yeah.
that took place that you guys promoted and produced and put all together. And I saw the pictures, and the Custer County Chief, Mona, did a great job at capturing some moments.
You know, we need to give Mona a shout out
Yeah.
for that. She really did a great job. She was there at the event taking pictures. I think she even got heckled by the performer.
I was going to say, if she gets heckled, you're not really there unless you get heckled.
So she did a great job and a great write-up in the paper. We need to give her, I don't know if you have one of those sound things, a round of applause.
Oh,
for
I
Mona.
do. It'd take me about a half hour to pull it up. But.
Right. She did a great job, so we really appreciate her. But that event was exciting. It was fun. And the community really showed up big time.
Yeah.
It was packed in there, and it really, all the volunteers had to stand in the back. There was no room to sit down after that. So we really had a good time. Raised some money for Little Lights and brought awareness to Little Lights.
Mhm. Yeah, that's probably as important as the money. Yeah.
So we were really excited about it. So, and we thank you guys for helping promote it as well. That was awesome.
It was fun, and that, of course, was the Taylor Mason show.
Mhm.
When you throw a show together, put it together, there's about 25 things going on that particular night or day. That's just the way it is anymore. So you never know exactly how it's going to, be attended. But when you pack the house, that's really good. Now, I do want to give you you give financial advice. I'm going to give you show promotion advice.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
We need everything we can
Okay.
get, Dave.
That will get into your blood if you're not careful. I bet you're already saying, that was so much fun. Let's do another one. And when you do that, you want to kind of pause a little bit and kind of just set back and think it over a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and it gets in your blood when you put a show on and people have a lot of fun like that. You just automatically want to do it again, right?
Well, yeah, it is fun. You know all about that, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, it's
You put on a show or two.
we have, and it's
Bring back Blues Fest.
Yeah,
Yes.
still hear that, but it's somewhat of a disease, to be honest with you, once you start. But it was a great turnout, and I think, as you mentioned, really brought awareness to the school itself, and that's worth a lot too.
It is, yeah. And it's an important program, and we're finding out there's lots of the preschool ages, 3 to 5, is that population in Broken Bow is growing.
It
So
is.
there is a huge need for preschools, and Discoveries, I think, is getting more and more applicants, and Little Lights is getting more and more applicants that are growing. So, and that takes a lot of resources to help grow with that. So we appreciate everybody that showed up and donated and bought tickets and enjoyed the show. We really appreciate that.
And I know you don't think about it this way, but it is part of growth and economic growth in the community because of the need for these sorts of facilities for the kids to go to, so mom and dad can go work and have jobs, and we know how important that is these days. It takes a lot of times 2 people to make ends meet anymore. So it's
We have a great school system, so we don't want to downplay that because our school system here in Broken Bow is
very
amazing.
fortunate.
We have a great preschool system in the public school, and what happens is they get so full that there's people on waiting lists and they can't get in. So it's kind of cool to be a part of an alternative for them to fall back on and have a place for those little kids to go.
Well, we're going to use Jeremy today quite a bit as an example of both financial planning and having a...
Now you know how Brent feels.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you know or not, but Jeremy's about ready to become a dad.
Awesome.
Yeah. And coming up,
So exciting.
you thinking...
next couple weeks.
Next couple of weeks. So.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thanks.
So he's going to be, and I know he's been working on it with Nicole to get things set up for when the baby comes, and that's a big deal. And then maybe we can go from there to starting to plan. I know this sounds crazy, but how about thinking about college for the little boy or girl? Because we don't know which it is, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
So, but either way, college is expensive.
It's what I hear everywhere I look. And it's only going to be more expensive by the time the kid is, 18 years old, wanting to look towards college, if that's the direction he or she goes.
Yep.
It's going to double or triple or quadruple. Or
Education inflation is averaged about 7.5%. It's probably more now.
7.5% average.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
inflation. Yeah.
Yeah, with inflation, if you have a good investment and you're making 7.5%, you're doing pretty good.
You're keeping up, yeah.
But
hopefully you want to
breaking,
beat that.
You're breaking even there. Yeah. So what would you tell Jeremy? What would be an idea, or people in Jeremy's shoes, even have kids a little bit older, what's a good way to start to put some money away for the education or for whatever the child wants to do when it gets done with high school?
Sure. Well, the first thing I always mention to young families is make sure if you want to save, do something, anything, $10, and do it systematically. So do it every month. There's some apps you can get on your phone. You can do it every week. You stuff some money in every week, and that's dollar cost averaging, and that really helps over the long term. With the ups and downs of the market, sometimes you'll buy them on an up beat, sometimes you'll buy them on a low beat, and that averages out, and you earn a little bit more money when you do that systematically every month. And there's various ways to save through 529 program if you want to save specifically for college, or just put it in the market in general. That gives you a little more flexibility. You don't have to use it for college. 529 program is tax-free if you do. Then there's cash value life insurance is another option. A lot of people don't look at that, but that is one of the most flexible avenues to stuff money in. And it also covers 2 or 3 bases with one investment too. So there's various options there. But more importantly than all that is you need to invest time into your family. Time into your relationship with your spouse and with your children. Spend that time with them. You can't ever get that back. You could always make more money, right?
You can always try.
This is his psychology degree coming out.
But you don't get time back. And if it's between making an extra $1 and spending time with your family, always spend time with your family. That's so that we coach. We do a lot of coaching. Most of it is financial, and some of it is life. And so if you come to our office, we're going to help you no matter what. And
Stephanie, what about as a mother? You know that you can plan and you can put money away and you can do what has been suggested here and spend time with the family, most importantly. Then along comes a car breakdown, or a refrigerator quits, or the roof leaks, and those sorts of things. Is that money accessible on those situations where you're putting it away, just kind of as a little emergency safety fund? What kind of account will you want to put that into where you can get to it but still draw a little interest?
Well, your savings account's the easiest, obviously, and we have a lot of great banks in town. And so I hear James recommend, and I don't do a lot of this. I work a lot with health insurance, but I hear James tell people at least 3 to 6 months of your income should be saved away, and that's difficult. It's difficult to do when you're living paycheck to paycheck, and we've been there. I've been a single mom. I've been there, and it's tough. So you do what you can with what you have, where you are, and you make it work as much as possible. But like James said, when people come in, usually they go in his office for some pretty, I would say, basic information on coaching and counseling for saving and then you come in my office to play. You know, I have lots of blocks. I have a 99-year-old that was playing with blocks the other day. She's like, "Are these really for kids?" I'm like, "You can play with them too." So he really, I think we make a good team because he sometimes has to rein me in. We also teach youth group on Wednesday night. I've been kicked out several times because he's like, we got to learn a little bit in here, Steph. I'm like, okay, take the suckers away.
No more sweets.
So yeah. But if you want some good, solid, just advice on financial and then just life in general, James is really...
You know, something a lot of people have been coming in for lately, they've been wanting to know about purchasing gold and precious metals. Mm-hmm. So we've been able to give some advice as far as that goes. But another hot topic is cryptocurrency.
Well, talk to Jeremy about that.
Don't talk to me about it right now.
So we've been able to help a lot of clients sort through all that because it can be confusing, and the big picture of how that works, you know, also mutual funds and ETFs, how that could fit into your portfolio and those types of things. So if you've ever had questions on that stuff, by all means, come in. We'd be glad to help educate you on that, how those work, the pros and cons. And that's something we always stress, whether it's in health or life or investments, is no matter what you do in life, there's pros and cons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we help people sort through, here's the pros, here's the cons, and you balance which one makes the most sense. And ultimately, these are your plans, and we help you sort all that out, and so you can make an educated decision on what's available to you.
Mm-hmm. How's come when we hear or see ads about gold, purchasing gold, I feel like I actually feel like that it's a snake oil salesman trying to get me to buy gold.
I think it's the style of them, or the 1-800 number thing repeated 17 times at the end of the ad. But
have
like
they really changed over
the
years?
We all know that when you go in and buy a bracelet or a ring or something, it's made from gold. It's not like gold is this new thing that's been established. It's just kind of the way that those ads roll makes you feel weird.
It just doesn't give you a lot of confidence, or it doesn't me. You know, I know that when it comes down to it, when things get really bad, they say the metal's maybe where you want to be, but they make it sound like it's such a, I don't know,
it's
sales
a time
pitch.
to panic.
Yeah.
The debt is getting so big, and the market's going to crash.
Yep.
Buy gold.
What do you do, too, with the ones that you hear and see? And I think I've heard them on our CBS network about the stock market is going to eventually crash, and you need to change, and we'll fix you up, you know? Well, first of all, a lot of us don't like change, and we probably like what we're doing. But on the other hand, you know, it's that little urgency thing you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I coach my clients with the stock market, and I always tell them that the market will crash. It always does, and which is a correction. The bad or the panic version is crash. It's a correction.
Yeah.
It always corrects, but you know what happens after it corrects? Comes right back. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. Doesn't matter who is in Congress. It does the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Corrects, comes back up, and it keeps on growing, and then it corrects, keeps on going. So a lot of people think it's you got to time the market. You got to get out here, you got to get in here, and that's chasing the market, and that typically doesn't. You're not a winner with that.
Well, you can do it though, right? I mean, you can if you want to watch it every day.
Some people do.
Yeah, some people do. But the proven strategies that work concerning the market are not timing the market, it's time in the market. That really makes the difference, and not trying to chase it all the time. That's super difficult. For every person, there's day traders that do that, and for everyone that makes it, there's 1,000 that don't. So it's really, really difficult.
Well, let's totally switch gears here, because it's hard at Jeremy's stage in life to think about what I'm going to ask about right now. But is something to think about along the way. You make these investments, we come in and see you guys, we get set up, and then we get towards retirement and we realize, well, if I don't do things right and I have the right health coverage, Stephanie, all my work and all those nice little increases that I've had over the years on the average of whatever my investments is, if I'm not careful, it'll go away. It'll all be taken, and you'll be sitting on Medicaid, and it's all gone. And I know those are tough conversations to have, but I think you have a number of those, I would imagine.
We do because it's hard when you're maybe in your 50s to think about, nursing home. I think that's probably where you're going, and you don't want to plan to be stuck in a facility. And we have nice facilities here. There isn't anything that's wrong about that, and they're used because one of the biggest expenses for Medicaid is long-term care. So you realize there is a need, and then you have the government putting in place the partnership program for a reason. They're encouraging people to go out and get their own long-term care policies because they're being used so much. So putting that plan into place early makes it less costly for you. So it's really my job to make you think about those things and plan for those things earlier. And like James and I, we've had ours for a long time and are putting money into it. But there are little things you can do. Most of the people that I've talked to and set up plans for have what they call a non-forfeiture benefit. So if there is some point in your life that things really change and you can't afford that premium for some reason, you have a paid up policy that you can use all the premiums that you put in and use that towards long-term care. So there's a lot of strategies to help protect those assets, just depending on what your situation is. But it is hard, Dave.
Well, I'll put it right on the table here. Joan and I have been in your office to talk about that very thing, and it's just a tough decision to make. It really is a tough one because it's if you wait as long as we did, it's costly. It's pretty expensive, and so again, let's go back to Jeremy and think about, well, maybe down the road he can start a plan that won't be so expensive, and by the time he gets to that point, he'll be good to go, rather than like Dave and Joan walking in and going, well, that's an awful lot of money, and I don't even know if I'm going to end up there.
Well, and the big thing is, if you're young like Jeremy and you're starting a family, the biggest thing is not being afraid to step in and talk to James or I, because if you're communicating about your situation with someone that has the knowledge to help you every step of the way, whether you decide to pull the trigger and do, A, B, C now, or maybe just A now, the biggest thing for me that I've seen when we first got into this job, it was like, you're a little bit scared about calling somebody that you love about life insurance because they don't want to talk about life insurance. You don't want to talk about dying. But as you do this job, you see young people, lose their lives and leave their families, and they don't have anything. So probably my biggest push for young families would be at least come in and get a term policy that if something happened, they're so cheap. I have $1 million on me, just term, and it's really inexpensive. And I'm getting old, When you get in your mid-40s, you're like, gosh, things.
Oh, you're good to go. Trust me. Well, term policies are, and a lot of times, I know if you've borrowed money on an investment in a business or something, then you need to have a term policy to cover that loan if something did happen to you.
But think about raising kids, Dave. So if you weren't here and you have this beautiful newborn, how would you be able to afford your income? Because your income's now gone. Things like that. So we talk about replacing income and what that looks like and what you want to happen if you weren't here tomorrow, because those things do happen, unfortunately.
Well, the other thing about life insurance, we've been having a lot of people come into our office about this who've had whole life policies for a long time, and now maybe their kids are growing up, going to college, or maybe they're starting wanting to buy a new business or a new car or something like that, and they come to me and say, hey, can we take a look at my retirement account? Can I take money out of this? And I go through the pros and cons of doing that, but then I transition and say, what about, let's look at your life insurance. You have cash value there. There's IRS codes set up so you can take that money out on a tax-free basis and a non-reportable basis and pay for those things to help with college, buy a new car, whatever. And there's no 59.5 restriction that retirement plans have. And so that's another avenue that life insurance helps with. Let's all plan on living a nice, long, healthy life. So we can use some of these death benefits or living benefits within a life insurance policy and take advantage of the IRS code that allows that. So that's another avenue to think about too. We do this for all our kids and grandkids and ourselves. We stuff money into whole life policies, not thinking that we're going to pass away anytime soon, or our kids or grandkids, but we're stuffing money in there. So it's a savings program. So when they get older, they'll not only have a built-in life insurance policy for their future family, but they'll have cash there that they can do with what they want. No restrictions. So that's kind of a nice tool.
We've went full circle here. We started and we came back to where we started talking about. So I know there's much more that you could talk about on each one of these products and services, but I hope folks can tell when you come in what it's going to be like when they come in and talk to you guys, because it's enjoyable and you get a lot of information. And I know you enjoy your jobs, and we appreciate you being there.
We do.
And speaking of being there, right across from Nebraska State Bank. And
downtown, 940 South D Street. And Etta is standing by right now to take your calls.
We tried to get Etta to come in this morning. We really did.
And she said no.
Yeah.
Well,
that is
just simple as that.
Flat out, no.
Now you have a new person there. I know her as Iona.
Yes.
But her real name is
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Yeah.
Oh, she's great. She's been helping us out a lot. Our business is growing. There's more and more people coming, and we've got to thank the community for that. We feel blessed and humbled by.
Yeah, Rebecca's been a huge asset for sure.
She's really been stepping up and helping us with service work. And
I mentioned Iona, and she just smiled really big.
Must bring back fond memories.
Yes, I imagine that's very fond.
Well, we had a few. She's a good gal, very bright young lady.
She is very bright.
Yeah, you got a gem there, no doubt about it. So, well, anything else, guys? We appreciate you coming.
Yeah, I wanted to share this with you guys, Jeremy and Dave. Okay. I don't know if you've heard of the wisdom and the talent of Bob Ross. But I have this magnet I was going to give to you guys. He's a phenomenal painter. He's on television.
Yeah, educational TV mostly.
I want to give you this magnet here because it reminds me of you guys. It says, this is from Bob Ross, we have no limits to our world. We're only limited by our imagination. And you guys have some of the biggest imaginations I know in this town. And every morning we listen to you guys. It is the imagination just flows from.
Well, that's great.
This room.
That's great, and I would like to expand on that a little bit because the morning show is. People always say, "How did you plan that out?" Well. It's obvious we don't. It's whatever comes up. But my friend over here, it's imagination. But Jeremy uses his imagination for what you see on our Sand Hills Express, all of our sports, really graphics, and all the things that he's expanded with our video. And so imagination can work a lot of different ways, and Jeremy certainly has that. So appreciate it. Right now, I'm just worried about eating too many olives every night.
That's what I was going to say. Is your imagination because of the olives?
Well, I had a little episode last night. On that,
Did you sleepwalk and eat all the olives in the?
Well, I spilled them I didn't want to eat the olives in front of company. We have company, and so I waited till everybody went to bed, and went upstairs and got them out of the fridge, and I spilt some olives in my bed downstairs. They're going to go down there and shower today, and they're going to look over and there's going to be like 8 olives laying in my bed.
Well,
what are they going to think, Jeremy?
I don't know the answer to that question.
But thanks for the thought. That was nice.
Olive oil's really good for you.
Yeah, if you could just squeeze it out of there. But
Mediterranean diet.
Yeah,
is, that's
very popular.
They live long in the Mediterranean, so.
Well, then
must
I
be
probably
done
won't
somewhere.
need. I'll need long-term care then if I eat a lot of olives.
You're right. You're going to live long.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Playing Financial, downtown Broken Bow. They are ready to go to work for you. Here's Blackberry Smoke.
1, 2, 3, 4.
As well. Need overboots? We have them, plus some Western boots too. Some exclusions apply, but the savings are everywhere. Winter clearance at Bow Bootery, downtown Broken Bow.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
8:46, Henry Nuxel is here as promised to talk about, well, Valentine's Day and a nice gift for a chance to have some fun this summer, right, Henry?
Yeah, I always say if you like somebody, you go to Facebook, and if you love somebody, you'll take them to the Windmill Festival.
There you go. And that's in June this year?
Yeah, and the best time best present you can ever give anybody is a good time. It stays with them forever, but we're going to try again. You'd think in 20 years I'd know better by now, wouldn't you?
But we were just talking about that with the Clangs, about it kind of gets in your blood when you put on a show and you get people there that have a good time. It's hard not to do it.
Yeah, my theory is that the more you share, the more you have. And that's what we do, is we just share a good time with a few thousand people every year.
And Brett was talking this morning, because we was talking about you coming in. He's excited about some of the acts that are coming in that you have this year. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we don't have them all booked yet, but it's worth coming just for the ones that we got. We're really excited about the frontmen of country. It's the lead singers of Lone Star, Restless Heart, and Little Texas. And between the compilation of those guys, there's 30 number one hits. So you'll see 90 minutes of number one hits on the very first day. We've got Ian Flanagan, who is a finalist on The Voice. He actually did a duet with Blake Shelton, so he can't be too bad. We got Jared Neiman, and I know he's good because that's my mom's maiden name, Neiman, so it don't matter if he can sing or not. He's probably related.
Yeah, probably.
We got Thompson Square, a duo over the year, and they're just coming out with a new album here in February. CJ Solar, he's kind of a new guy, but he writes number one songs for Morgan Walland. And we got my buddy Aline Colleen coming back for popular demand from last year. We always try to pick one or two and have them back. And, you know, we're not the biggest anymore. We used to be the biggest and the best, no doubt about it. But when the Quest Center is built and the Heartland Center is built, Viero, Nebraska Land ups their game, we can't be the biggest anymore, but it doesn't mean we still can't be the best.
Well, and you have something special in atmosphere. You know, the surroundings and so forth add a lot to it as well. Even though those are great places you mentioned and great shows, they don't have the concert in the country that you do.
Yeah, we've got atmosphere surrounded by windmills, the Homestead House built by a homesteader, the country school, which represents country schools, more any of them in the whole United States than Nebraska, and more in Custer County than any county in the state. That was the whole crux of this whole operation. I had no intention of bringing ZZ Top, Def Leppard, REO Speedwagon, Brad Paisley, Keith Urban, Brooks and Dunn, Jason Aldean, Miranda Lambert, Martina McBride, Kenny Chesney. That's all I wanted to do, is to support the collection of windmills, the homestead house built by a homesteader, and the country school. And it was supposed to be a money-making project, but if the truth is known, I haven't made enough money to buy a pair of shoes if you add the profit up at 20 years, but the event has kind of taken on its own.
Yep, it's got its own life, and And you have some different things at your show that you don't find, the extreme bull riding and all, and you're having that again this summer.
Yeah, that's the price, worth the price of admission right there. You sit right at the edge of the arena. You'll never get a closer view of bulls anywhere bucking in your life. I'd ride one, but they'd have to shoot one before I got back on there. I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid.
I'm with you there. And, of course, a lot of times you'll have shows in between the acts in the tents and so forth, too.
Yeah, we've got very, very good beer tent bands that are sometimes are as good that people don't leave them to come to the main stage.
So what's the dates, Henry?
It's June 9th, 10th, and 11th. It'll be here before you know it. And before I sign off here, I want to give you a couple of references. If you've never been, or if you think you're too busy, or if you think you're too old, I had Steve Johnson from Arizona drive 2,600 miles round trip with his wife from Arizona to Comstock. Now, they're 70 years old, and they drove that far in a Jeep, and when he got there, I said, you know what, you must be an idiot. He laughed, and he said, yeah, you know what, Bob Devaney hired me 30 years ago to announce the men's basketball program at Lincoln. They flew me to Omaha to announce the NCAA volleyball tournament, and I thought, you know what, he must not be an idiot. He golfed with Bob Devaney all the time. When we lived in Nebraska, we came to Comstock, and we had the time of our life, and we'll see you next year.
Nice.
So being too old or too world acclaimed or too far away is no excuse from coming. And then I had 4 gals from California, flew to Omaha, rented a camper, and drove to Comstock 4 years ago because they were high school buddies of Heidi from Trick Pony. They came 4 years ago to see her. They came 3 years ago. They came 2 years ago, and they came last year. And I talked to them last year, and I told them, you know what, you must be rich. And they laughed, and they said, yeah, we own a winery, and we run 150 senior citizen properties. So wow. If you're richer than that, if you're older than that, and if you're further away from that, then you got an excuse. But if you're closer, you need to support this windmill festival. We got 100 good people in town, 2 businesses, retail-wise, a pop machine and a payphone, and we don't have enough people there to support a couple $100,000 worth of acts. And there's a lot of good businesses around here that do support it by buying tickets. Bruning Bank, Custer Federal, Evans Feed, Dairy Queen, Myers Construction. We got a lot of good local businesses that support it, giving their tickets to their employees or friends, makes them friends for life.
So you have a little Valentine's special going on right now. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, our normal ticket price right now is $50, but for Valentine's Day, we'll go $40. And a normal 3-day pass is right at $150, but for a little over $100, you can get a 3-day pass. So that's $33 a day for VIP tickets anywhere you want. The best seat in the house, the best sound, and the best atmosphere. And if that isn't the deal, nothing is a deal. But Chris Ledoux told me he loved our place because we treated everybody the same. So we refuse to charge VIP tickets, and that means we won't get Jason Aldean, who we gave $15,000 to, who is $1 million. We might not get Brad Paisley back, who we gave $12,000, who's $500,000. We might not get Luke Combs back, who we paid for, and then he crapped out on us, and he's $1 million. But the point is, we've caught all those people when they started. Blake Shelton twice, Keith Urban twice, Miranda Lambert, and we got the same caliber of talent now. We start them when they're going up or when they're going down.
And makes for a great show. And you have some spots to fill yet, you mentioned, that you're working on?
Yeah, we just, I got a call from Heath Wright, the lead singer of Ricochet, and he called me and he said he wants to come back to Comstock. I says, you're on. So we've got Heath added to the lineup, and we're working on 2 or 3 more and some more beer tent bands.
Okay. And they can kind of watch the site, the website, to see what's happening, or, of course, your ads that you run on the air. But there's still some work to do then.
Yeah, there's always work to do, but it starts out with 1 or 2 people, and it ends up 100 people running that event from one end to the other, from stage to sound to parking to running the beer tent to concession. It takes more people that live in the town of Comstock to run that event when the show goes on. We just kind of keep tacking them on as we go.
And what year is this again?
Well, I actually started with a solo act in 1999, but 2000 is when we had my buddy Brad Paisley. Okay. Had him 3 years in a row. That tells you what these stars think of Comstock. They never come back the second time or the third time if they didn't like it the first time. Dan and Shay, arguably the hottest country duo in America right now, said right to my Adam's apple, the little guy, I don't know whether he was Dan or Shay, but he said, Comstock is the best venue we've ever performed. That New Year's Eve, he was in New York City watching the ball drop right beside Dick Clark's substitute. I don't think Dick's doing it anymore, is he?
Right, no. Wow. Well, it's set to go. It's going to happen, and the dates again are?
June 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Get your tickets now, save some money. And, of course, between now and June, you can get them online anytime?
Yeah, I can get them online anytime, but we'll have ticket sales sponsors lined up. But a deal's a deal.
All right. Will we start seeing some of the vehicles this spring around the area promoting it?
Yeah, we're starting to pull them out of the old Christmas display, but we'll get them scattered around. You don't know how many of them things we got to haul around, but people look at stuff that's ugly, unique, antique, or one of a kind, so it gets their attention. I think we've got them scattered at about 30 different places. They're movable billboards.
Yeah. A lot of them don't run, probably, huh?
Yeah, they got to be towed or hauled. The State Department of Roads don't like me. They think I'm violating billboard laws.
Oh, well, there's always that. Henry, thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thank you, and we appreciate your support from this station. You've always been behind us here one way or another.
You bet. Live music's the best, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what that's all about. You did that once upon a time.
We did, man.
You made your million quicker than I did.
Oh, yeah, I'm very rich.
I believe it.
In my own mind. We'll take a time out. We'll catch up on news right after these words.
Stay up to date on your bank accounts, no matter where your schedule takes you. Sign up for mobile or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay a bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Healthy soil is the foundation for profitable, productive, and environmentally sound agricultural systems. You are invited to learn about grazing strategies for optimum benefit to your herd and your soil, along with other related topics at AeroSeed's annual Soil Health Conference, Wednesday, February 23rd from 9 to 3 in Broken Bow. Seating is limited for this free conference, but pre-registration by February 15th is required to secure your spot. To learn more and to register online, visit aeroseed.com or call AeroSeed in Broken Bow by February 15th.
Sports gear and a clearance. Now those are two things that sound great together. The winter apparel clearance is going on now at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow. Save 30% off winter apparel like hoodies, sweatpants, stocking hats, gloves, and more. If it's winter apparel, it's on clearance. Winter clothes on sale while you can wear them right away? Unheard of. Stay warm with savings at Geared for Sports going on now. They are Chamber Love local participants. Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. Americans are getting socked with the highest inflation in 40 years. The Labor Department says consumer prices jumped 7.5% last month compared to the year before. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Energy prices continued to drive CPI. Those prices up 27%. Fuel up 40%, although that number is starting to moderate.
This man in Brooklyn couldn't believe his eyes when he opened his utility statement.
I've never seen my electric bill ever go above $400. So to see it jump up to $550 was strange.
Shortages of supplies and workers, lots of federal aid and robust spending factored into the equation as well. Bottom line, Jill Schlesinger.
The CPI report underscores the need for the Federal Reserve to increase short-term interest rates.
CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Ralph Irvin.
A busy Wednesday in the NBA saw Utah win their fourth straight, 111-85 over Golden State. Bogdan Bogdanović led the Jazz with 23 points. Portland had 29 points coming from Anthony Simmons, and they beat the Lakers 107-105. DeMar DeRozan with 36 points. Zach LaVine, 27. And Chicago beat Charlotte 121-109. The Bulls are a game back of Miami in the Eastern Conference standings. They are tied with Cleveland as the Cavaliers dropped San Antonio 105-92. Darius Garland with a team-high 27 points. Domantas Sabonis made his Sacramento Kings debut with 22 points, 14 rebounds. The Kings caged the Timberwolves 132-119. Sacramento still 2.5 games out of the play-in position in the West. And all 5 Toronto starters scored in double figures as the Raptors silenced the Thunder 117-98.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mostly cloudy skies today with our high nearing 59. Westerly winds between 5 and 20 and gusting as high as 35. Cloudy skies overnight tonight with a slight chance for rain showers and a low around 33. Northwest winds between 10 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Slight chance for rain and snow showers early on Friday, then becoming partly sunny with a high of 46 degrees. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff forecaster Kara Foster.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
It's 9:04. It's 29 degrees outside. And Jeremy Scheib is in the studio with us today as Brent Apperson is over in Callaway covering a story there about a student who is going to sign up for college athletics, which is pretty cool. So we've got a couple things we want to remind you of. And I'll start with a cup of coffee, Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. They are ready to have you in the store either to shop or sit down and have a specialty coffee. They're open Tuesday through Fridays, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. And by the way, they're going to be open on Valentine's Day on Monday, which normally they're closed on Mondays, but they will be open on Valentine's Day in Arnold from 9 until 5. So go ahead and know that you can do that last-minute shopping if you need to, which many of us will. And you can grab yourself a cup of coffee. They have Valentine's Day cards, flower arrangements, fresh flower arrangements even. And they'll help you out with last-minute shopping on Valentine's Day, which is Monday. And, of course, Valentine decor is in stock featuring red and pink colors and fun messages. You don't have to wait till Monday. You can go in the rest of this week and do your shopping at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, wishing you a happy Valentine's Day.
They've got some exciting things going on ahead of Valentine's Day this weekend at Sylvester's in Broken Bow. This Friday night at Sylvester's, Tim Zock takes the stage. And if you've seen him perform, you know he brings a lot of energy to the show, and that just fits right in with Sly's. And after you party the night away on Friday, make sure you rest up on Saturday, because Sunday is the big game. And, of course, they're going to have a Super Bowl party going on to wrap up the weekend at Sylvester's, of course, with free munchies throughout the game and first and third quarter happy hours. So Tim Zock on Friday night, and then on Sunday, the Super Bowl party at Sylvester's in Broken Bow. They are out on East Highway 2. Hard to miss them. Just kind of look over there on the south side of the road, and you'll catch them.
There they are, and ready to have a good time with you. I'm going to have you give me a hand on this one, Jeremy. The start of Super Bowl Music Festival. Are you familiar with that at all?
Yeah, they just kind of have a festival surrounding the Super Bowl, I think.
Ahead of it.
I'm not super well-versed on it, but I think that's what that is.
It says 3-night Bud Light Super Bowl Music Festival.
Wow.
So it runs 3 nights. It kicks off in L.A. with Crypto.com ahead of the big game on Sunday. Tonight it's Halsey and Machine Gun Kelly headlining. Then Blake Shelton is coming up, and Gwen Stefani will be performing, Green Day and others. So
cool.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see that on some streaming. I don't really know, but
maybe somewhere on the internet these days you can probably find it.
Yeah, somewhere. Or if you're in the area, you can probably buy a ticket. I'm sure they'd love you to do that. Speaking of tickets, we have a certificate here that we're going to be giving away before the end of the show in honor of our Love Local promotion. And this is going to be for Reflection Salon and Spa right here in Broken Bow. And that is on South 5th Avenue. And we'll be giving that away before we close the show today.
Sounds great.
Tomorrow, you probably know more about what we're doing tomorrow. I think we're going to hook up with the Chamber and help announce winners of their Love Local promotion. Is that correct?
Yeah, so if you've been shopping with the Chamber of Businesses, participating in their Love Local promotion, and have entered in at any of those locations, you have a chance to win some extra prizes because of that. And we'll be drawing those here on the radio and on Facebook Live as well tomorrow from the Chamber office. So we'd love to have you along for that.
All right, we'll be working with Stephanie on that one. And gosh, I think there's 13, 14 businesses that participated in that. So there's going to be quite a few prizes to draw for. And then the grand prize is a night at Kincaid's Bed and Breakfast, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, which is, that's quite a nice prize. So we'll have that tomorrow. But yet today we'll be giving away that certificate to Reflections Salon and Spa. So let's visit a little bit. I just kind of like to get your overview. At this point of the winter sports season, you've done, and the guys have done a lot more video, radio combinations.
Yep.
And people have been pretty complimentary on that. What do you think so far? What are you hearing out there from people when you go out and set up?
They kind of comment on how many boxes and bags we bring in now. You used to only bring in, one box and set up for radio, but really, we bring an extra person and they run the camera, and we've got another laptop. Besides that, it's a bunch of cords, but the schools have been great, and they love working with us, and that's really great to see, because it goes right in line with what we've always believed in, and is that you can't give these student athletes and all the hard work they do in school and on the playing field or court or mat enough exposure. So, we've always done as many radio broadcasts in a season as we can, and now we're doing more radio and video. And we know there are other video streams out there and other places to watch, but you can never have too many. And, we're really happy to be able to bring our camera along and set up a broadcast on video. And I think it's been well received. And that makes us feel good, because it is a little bit more work. And we've got some great sponsors that make it available from a financial standpoint for the fans out there that want to support those great kids. So it's all really meshing together well, and we thank everyone that is making that possible.
Yeah, and there's lots of people that are doing that, as you say. I personally like listening to the radio guys describe it and watching it at the same time, just because we're familiar with Brent and you and Larry and Gavin. We've listened to you on the radio all the time doing the games, and so it's just kind of a bonus to be able to listen to the radio broadcast and watch it on a big screen TV in your living room. Who would have ever thought, really?
Yeah, it's kind of unconventional in a way because, the way that you call a TV broadcast is so much different than a radio broadcast. I read something the other day that said when you're doing a radio broadcast, you're writing an entire book so that who is listening can know what is happening. You're describing every single little thing. And when you're doing a TV broadcast, you're just providing captions for the pictures. Well, we're kind of doing both at the same time, but you have to side on the side of doing the radio call because otherwise the people listening on the radio are not going to have any idea because they don't have a picture to look at. So sometimes, we get the comment every now and then. It's like, well, we can see. Why are you talking about every single person who has the ball and every single pass that happens? That's why, because it's on the radio as well. It's just a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
So, you used to be able to, if a couple passes happened that didn't affect anything in the game on radio, you could say, well, ball works its way over to the corner and, we're still on the half court. Now, you've got to be a little bit quicker and say those other extra things because you can't be bailed out by nobody else being able to see it but you.
Yeah, I actually like the idea of getting the radio details with the picture because I think sometimes, and I want to call TV announcers lazy, but sometimes because you can see it, they get off on these faraway conversations about completely something else, about a player or something happening in the league, and pretty soon you're going, I can see it and see what's happening, but it'd be nice if you'd say if it was like 5 yards to go in football or they're down by 10. And I just think sometimes they get so far off on their little conversations knowing that you can see it, they kind of forget to describe it. And then the other thing, because you guys are describing it like radio, you don't have to be totally glued to the screen. You can have it turned up a little bit and be doing something else and look up and watch it every once in a while. You still know what's going on. You don't have to just sit there and watch it. And you can go in the other room, grab something, and hear it and get back.
That's very true. Yeah, when you step away from the screen, it's just kind of like having a radio on, and you don't miss out on some of the details. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. All right. So more to come on that as we weave through the winter sports season and start looking to the postseason. Sub-districts coming up in basketball, district wrestling this weekend. We'll be covering that on the radio on KBBN. So that's coming up. Also, while I have you here, I know you've been working on the Custer County Quiz Bowl, which is the academic side of competition.
Yeah, we're going to do a broadcast of that again on the radio and on video live stream. They're going to have that the last Wednesday of this month. So we're working on gathering sponsorship for that. It's super fun. If you like Jeopardy, it kind of listens and watches a lot like that. These kids train hard and they study and they go out on the stage and make me feel like I don't know anything. But it's, you don't watch Jeopardy to try to beat the, you don't watch Jeopardy to try to do better than the players. You watch or listen in order to get a few questions right. And that's kind of the same amount of fun you can have with this while supporting the kids.
Yeah, I kind of use it to help me realize that I'm lucky to be married to who I'm married to, because she gets a majority of the questions and I might get one. And so I realize where I stand in knowledge area. Speaking of that, the Jeopardy champ, Amy Snyder, I don't know if you followed her or not.
She had the big run, right?
Yeah, she won $1.4 million I think she was on, 40 times, upper 30s or around 40 times, and she won $1.4 million.
Wow.
She announced on Twitter that she is quitting her job as software engineer and plans on becoming a public figure. They're not sure exactly what that means.
That's something you plan to do?
That's what she says. And she was already a public figure because people have been watching her on Jeopardy for a while. But I can understand. She's got $1.4 million. You take taxes out of that. She's pretty well set. And she's not going to go back to her regular job anymore.
Well, sometimes they become coaches. I don't know if there's something. I think I read something one time. I don't think there's anything written in the Jeopardy rules that you can't be successful at Jeopardy. And then there are people that are really, really smart that just want that extra edge on strategy and things like that. You can become a Jeopardy coach.
I think, Jeremy, she said in one of the, they talked to him briefly during each game, that she had been trying to get on Jeopardy for 10 years.
Wow.
And she'd been practicing and playing whenever she could.
It'd be really hard not to slack off in that 10 years, and she probably did as well as she did because she didn't take many days off from her studying and waiting for those 10 years. That's admirable.
It was, and she also had a real knack for clicking the clicker and getting in.
They practice that.
Yeah. She actually used, she said they have simulators that you can get to practice with, but she used a pen.
Just clicked a
pen?
pen?
Click the pen on top, and she said it worked better for her. And if you got to watch it, you realize there was a lot of times that the other people were, you can see them pushing it, trying to get in, and they couldn't get in because she just had it timed out perfectly. And she didn't miss many questions either, of course.
That helps.
Yeah. But she if she wanted to answer a question, she usually got it. Got in to answer it. I enjoyed watching her. She was very good. But she did make $1.4 million along the way.
Yep.
Not bad.
For being knowledgeable.
Yeah. Here's one for you that I'd like to hear what you think. You think about Vegas and or Tahoe or gambling casinos as, it's kind of a stacked deck. I think we all know that more people lose than win when you gamble at a casino. That's how they make all the money, right?
Yeah.
But they have they are honest in many cases, and this is an example. A Las Vegas casino tracked down a gambler who won $229,000 and didn't know it.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
They've reviewed security tapes and everything and tracked him down through like social media and lots of different talking to people. Like they did a full-scale investigation to give him his money, right?
Yep, and they found him and gave him his money.
Wow.
And you almost wouldn't think that would work that way. They'd give a little effort and go, well, he walked out.
Yeah, there he goes.
I think the screen that he was playing on malfunctioned, and he didn't know he won and left. So,
well, and a lot of people that play slots will tell you that's why you should know what's going on. But sometimes, I think slot machines can have the only ones I know what the heck is going on is the ones where if you get 3 in a row right in the middle. Yeah. But now you can play with 150 lines or something weird like that. I have no idea. If it didn't tell me I didn't win, I'd be the same way. If
the bell didn't ring, you wouldn't know, right?
Exactly. I'd be halfway across the country without my $300,000, and I wouldn't be none the wiser.
Well, as long as we're talking about gambling, one more story. A record Super Bowl wager. Yes. Did you read about that one?
Mm-hmm.
$4.5 million wager on the Super Bowl.
And he pretty much almost doubles up, right? He bet on the Bengals.
Yeah, let's see. The Mattress Max owner, the owner of the Texas furniture store, made the single largest mobile sports bet in history on the Caesars Sportsbook app. He put down $4.5 million on the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
And if he wins, Jim McVille will take home more than $7.5 million.
Okay. So he doesn't even double up.
Not quite, but not bad. Furniture sales must be good.
Yeah. Or mattress sales at the very least. If he only sells mattresses. I don't know. I've been addicted to the Olympics lately.
Have you?
I stayed up entirely way too late last night to watch Nathan Chen figure skate, and it's simply amazing. Yeah. All of those sports amaze me for different reasons. They're all truly original. Yeah. And tonight is when Shaun White makes his last run down the half pipe. He's been dominating snowboard for years, and this is his last Olympics. He's already said he's going to retire, and I got to watch that tonight. That's big time.
Well, you can use Brent's method. He fell asleep in his easy chair and woke up just at the right time to see what he wanted to watch late last night or early this morning.
It happens quite a bit because they've got to delay it. I heard after he got done skating, he was the last one, and the announcer at the rink on the television broadcast said, "Thank you, everyone, for coming out this morning." Like they're doing it first thing in the morning over there in Beijing. Mm-hmm. Just in order, if they did it any earlier to, make it convenient for us to watch back here in the States, those athletes would be skating at 7 a.m. And you can't do that to those athletes. Give them a little bit of time to wake their bodies up that are more athletic than mine will ever be.
Oh, man, I guess. Well, it's been followed pretty well. This is the 8th day, as we mentioned earlier. We are going to get a little music going for you here on The Breakfast Show with Tommy James and the Shondells.
Jim Pillen. Here's Mark McHarg, president of Nebraska Farm Bureau.
Hi, this is Mark McHarg. Nebraska Farm Bureau is proud to endorse conservative Republican Jim Pillen. Jim's agricultural roots run deep. He understands the challenges facing farm and ranch families because he's one of us. Jim Pillen has a proven record of results, building a successful, family-owned business right here in Nebraska, creating more than 1,000 Nebraska jobs. And Jim has always defended our family values. Jim is a conservative who will fight to fix our broken tax code, control spending, grow our economy, and create a more prosperous future for all Nebraskans. Jim Pillen has the integrity, experience, and vision needed to keep Nebraska great and help our ag producers succeed. Join Nebraska Farm Bureau members in supporting Jim Pillen for governor.
Paid for by Jim Pillen for governor.
9:27 is your time. Matt is here from Subway. Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
How you doing?
Not bad.
Good, good. We have Jeremy in the studio instead of Brent today. Brent's off on a sports job. It gives us a chance to find out what Jeremy likes in a Subway sandwich, because I'm not sure we've found that out before. What do you like, Jeremy?
Not one consistent thing.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I don't go for the same thing every time. I'd say my most consistent one is not the most common in the world, but I do tuna on the Italian herbs and cheese. I'll do that with a ton of veggies.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, maybe once or twice a year, I'll get a meatball. If it's cold outside, I'll get that. And I always have liked the Subway Club, or I just tried the All-American Club last week. I was telling Matt about that. I like that sandwich a lot. It's really good. Yeah. Get the bacon warmed up on there. It's awesome.
Well, I know Matt's all about bacon, he's a supporter there. He's all about meat, if you've listened to him before, which I always get a chuckle out of because you have all these vegetables that you have laid out there, and Matt, who owns the Subway and runs it, is basically a carnivore.
Meatitarian,
yeah.
Secondhand vegetarian.
Well, that's a little bit. You see both people who come in and want to mix it up a little bit, and then you see guys like me that come in and get a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I'm just not a guy that likes fresh veggies. I don't mind cooked veggies, but fresh ones just, I don't know, something about them.
Well, maybe because you've handled them for so long.
Right. I don't mind. I do tomatoes and jalapenos, and every once in a while I'll put some onions on there, but that's about the extent. Lettuce is just water.
Well, my wife says if you're going to put something like that on, I'll go with the spinach.
Yeah,
it's a little more
healthier.
Yes, a little more nutrients to it. But the choice is yours. That's the great thing about it. And you can have them built any way you want to. A little extra money in some cases, but not much.
I had a guy the other day came through, and I think his sandwich was almost $20.
Oh my gosh!
Did you do like a double meat, like?
He had a
double triple meat,
and then he added some other meats to it, and then bacon, and then he added avocado. Wow. It was just, I was so glad he was a meatitarian also, because there was no way I was fitting any veggies on the sandwich.
He just didn't go with any veggies?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I have a hard time getting my sandwich closed sometimes with the little that I put on it. I can't imagine with all that.
Wow. Right. Well, and the guys that come in that I see a lot getting a lot of meat on their sandwich are not what you would think big guys. They're usually the smaller guys.
Yeah. Size does not matter when it comes to that. What's in the club sandwich?
The club sandwich is turkey, ham, and roast beef.
You recommended that, and it was really good.
Yeah, you got to get it on. There's very few sandwiches I get on wheat, but the club on wheat with a little bit of oil and vinegar. That's the main thing. If you get a little oil and vinegar on there on the club, on the wheat, it's good.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is what you do at Subway. You just make everybody happy, right?
Right. I just make them what they want.
All right. Is there any specials going on right now?
There's a bunch of them on the app. Okay. Make sure when you're using the app that you enter the code to get the discount. Yes, they've got a new thing where you have to actually enter a code because they have multiple discounts in there.
Okay.
So
that's the best way to get the specials?
Oh, yeah. Best way to get all the specials is online.
Do you order ahead, Jeremy, usually with...
I haven't utilized that much, just because I like going in.
Yeah. I like the smell when you walk in and smell the fresh bread. Yeah.
Right. I think I should be able to bottle that up and sell it.
You should.
Oh, man, a Subway candle.
Oh, that might be it.
Right.
Fresh bread.
I get people everywhere I go. They're like, "Oh, you must have been at Subway today."
Yeah.
I'm like, yep.
Subway candle. That might be.
Yeah.
Might be something there.
One of the popular sandwiches is the wrap. We talk about it every once in a while, but those I like those because of the texture and they're tight and they're easy to eat.
Right.
You know, if you're going to grab one and go, I think a wrap's a really good way to go.
Right, and they're really, like, if I do a wrap, I don't get them cut in half. I just want it rolled like a burrito.
Okay.
I just don't cut it in half. You can also request it not to be cut, but those are great for driving down the road.
Yeah, on the go.
Yeah.
Box lunches still have those, and those are good for work crews or maybe some company just for a quick meal and that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah. And what about the Super Bowl? What's the schedule here for folks to order for this Sunday?
You're probably going to want to order soon. As far as I know, there's not a lot of orders yet.
Okay.
But if you're planning an event, the sooner to let us know, the better.
Okay. All right. Have a party platter made up.
Right.
Okay. When you make those, is that the different ingredients spread out on the platter and then you have bread with it so they can make their own sandwich?
No, what it is you can either have the sandwiches pre-made where they'll have the vegetables on them.
Okay.
Or you can actually order a veggie tray on the side, and then we arrange the vegetables and we put the meat and cheese on the sandwich, and that's it.
Okay. And that might be handy if you get it a little ways ahead. Your sandwiches aren't all completed. You can do that a little bit closer to when you're going to eat them.
Right.
Okay. All right. Pizza's still going?
Pizzas are still selling like crazy.
Those are good.
Yeah, I've never had a pizza.
Yeah.
So many sandwich varieties. I haven't been able to step away yet.
You liking the tuna, and you like tuna melt?
I've never had a tuna melt in my life, I'll be honest.
Maybe one might try it.
You try it on a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because those are pretty economical, aren't they? They don't cost much for
I think they're $6 or $6.99.
Yeah.
Cool.
For a little personal pizza, and you can have it made however you want: steak, bacon, tuna, egg.
I like the breakfast idea with the pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How's the help situation?
We're always hiring, always looking for great help. You might be the one that's the key to the puzzle that we have going on at the store. So.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm hearing that the vacancies in different businesses are starting to get filled just a little bit, so maybe we're heading in the right direction.
Right. And yeah, some of my stores are doing good. We get a lot of help at them. Just depends on where they're at.
Yeah.
Like I'll get one fully staffed and then starting to work on another one.
So you work with stores here, Holdridge and North Platte?
Right.
Okay. And so what you're going to fix an oven today?
Oven today in Broken Bow. Got to work on the filtration system to it. Fun.
Something every day. Traveling toolbox, Matt.
I saw the other day, it was in, we did that remote broadcast when you redid the inside of the Broken Bow location. That's already been 2 years ago this month.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. 2 years ago, it was the end of this month, 2 years ago that we went and did that remote broadcast where you guys made sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, unfortunately, kind of just when we were going into the first COVID
Yeah,
wave.
little did we know.
No.
Yeah, you're behind the counter making sandwiches. I don't think that would roll right now.
Nobody's in there.
We didn't know. That was not good for anybody, but we're doing okay, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. Thanks for coming in. We'll take a quick time out. We're going to be giving away a certificate yet before we close the show, as we promised, to Reflections here in town. Stay tuned.
Defend your acres from broadleaf weeds and grasses with Empirus, a groundbreaking line of corn herbicides from Helena. Empirus herbicides protect young corn with powerful knockdown and consistent residual control. With exclusive 2- and 3-way combinations, Empyrus herbicides broaden your control and empower you with application flexibility. It's your field. Beat back intruding forces and improve early corn growth with Empyrus herbicides. Always follow label instructions and check registration before use. Contact your Helena representative to learn more.
If money talks, this year's cashback dividend from Farm Credit Services of America has a lot to say. We've shared earnings for 18 consecutive years, and this year's payout is a full 1% of each customer's eligible financing. 1%. That adds up to more than $296 million shared this year, and $2.6 billion since 2004. That's the power of ownership. Terms apply. Visit FCSAmerica.com for details.
Central Nebraska's Sports Source presents live coverage of high school wrestling. Join us on Saturday when we'll be in Nebraska City to follow the Broken Bow wrestling team at the Class B1 District Wrestling Championships. You'll be able to hear live coverage of Broken Bow matches throughout the day on KBBN 95.3 FM and on the web at kbbn.com. Matches scheduled to start at 9:30 on Saturday morning. We'll also update you on the happenings of other districts involving area wrestlers as they try to qualify for the state championships coming up in Omaha. Live coverage of high school sports this year is being brought to you in part by the Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Custer Federal State Bank, Rod's Body and Paint, Trotter Service, Meat Lumber, Shelter Insurance, A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping, Squire Septic Service, Arrow Seed, Team Physical Therapy, Agland ATV, Bruning Bank, Sargent Irrigation, and Duda Plumbing. It's live coverage of district wrestling this Saturday on KBBN.
9:37. All right, couple questions for you.
Okay.
Who threw who under the bus? Did Brent throw you under the bus, or did you throw him under the bus just recently? Well, he was saying that you posted a picture when you went to Loop City, and he was upset about that.
Oh, I think he threw himself under the bus by sending me to Loop City, where he knows there's
he knows better.
There's graduation pictures of him hanging in the halls. I sent him a text message when I got there because you know how every school has they've got the class pictures,
right?
And I was flipping through those and I couldn't find him, and I texted him and I said, "What year did you graduate again?" And he didn't answer, and I eventually found it, and he didn't text me the rest of the evening. You know, he said he was doing his job. You know, that was the reason
that's
he didn't
right.
text me back.
Yeah,
but I posted the picture on it. I said, you know, when we come to Loop City, we got to post this picture of Brent. I just put it on Twitter, on our KBBN Sports page, and he texted me back later that night and said, if I find, I'm going to punch you or something like that if I find that somewhere online or something. I said, well, too late. I posted it like a half hour ago.
Well, that picture's been used a few times, hasn't it?
I told him, I said, you know, remember the shirt off your back promotion we did? I said, you were the face of that, you know, your graduation picture from 1989. That was everyone's seen it.
Yeah, that's pretty
but
well
if you
known.
want to see it again, it's on the KBBN Sports Twitter page.
Oh, great.
He's probably driving back to Broken Bow right now.
Well, so be it. Every time we go to Loop City, it's going to happen, right?
Hey, you know what? If you ever find yourself in Arlington High School, way out east, and you want to flip through that, you know, you're more than welcome to take a picture of my graduation picture and post it everywhere for the world to see.
The picture that I find fascinating that's in your workspace is you and Nicole.
That was when we first met. Yeah.
You guys were just little youngsters.
Yeah, seniors in high school in that picture.
Oh, seniors.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. And here you are today, about ready to have a little one.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Years later.
That's pretty neat. So, Brent has been, kind of resisting getting a man bun. I don't know if you've heard that. I was hoping he would try to grow a man bun. And unfortunately, one time when he wasn't here, Rochelle came in from Reflections, Spawn and Spa, and she had made him a man bun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
How do you make a man bun?
Well, she pulled it out of her purse. It looked like maybe a large varmint with the bun on it. It was real furry.
Wow.
But I think she had it set up to where she could put it up there and pin it on, and he would have a man bun.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So we're hoping she'll come back with the man bun when Brent's here sometime and be on the show.
If that doesn't happen soon enough, we get to send him on a remote broadcast to get the man bun.
That would be good.
With video.
Facebook Live that, put it on YouTube. Might go viral.
He could go viral. That for Brent saying he doesn't want all this attention and stuff like that, he's also always said, he wants to trend. He wants to be trending. You got to do things like that to trend. You don't trend just doing the normal things. Bring back the Brent Apperson that wore the pinstripe suits.
Yeah.
Liked all the attention on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the high school Brent.
Or when he wore his little vest and sang on stage at the fair years ago with the Mountain Music Show.
Did he sing on the stage?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Got his cowboy boots on and little Western vest, and he liked that spotlight.
That's cool.
So if we could get him to go into Reflections, Spawn and Spa, and get his man bun mounted.
Mounted. Yeah.
If it went viral, just think how good that would be for Reflections.
Oh, yeah.
He has got to think of other people sometimes.
So just get a man bun. Think of others, Brent.
Yes.
Get a man bun.
Share. Today's gift card giveaway is for Reflections Salon and Spa in Broken Bow. And as you know, Valentine's Day is coming up on Monday. It's just around the corner, and Rochelle at Reflections would like to remind you that she sells gift certificates for men and women because she does haircuts for both. And they're perfect for a manicure, pedicure, haircut, or other services that she offers. She also carries Rightel products such as men's shampoo, men's body wash, hemp lotions, and other hair care products. I do believe that Brent should get some of that hemp lotion.
It's good stuff.
That would soften him up just a little bit. But give Rochelle a call at 308-870-2077. That's 870-2077, and she'll help you find the perfect gift for your Valentine and set you up with a gift certificate and or make an appointment for a hair care service for you or a loved one. She does a great job. She's been in the community a while now, and people really enjoy her company, and she'd like to get to know more people. And a good way to do that would be go in and maybe check out the products and or have a pedicure, a haircut, and I think you'll be pleased.
Yeah, or get a gift certificate. There's nothing better you can do for your loved one for Valentine's Day than, give them something to treat themselves.
Yeah.
Even, sometimes, the guy in your life might need a spur to go in and, manicures are becoming a bigger and bigger thing. We put our fingers and our fingernails through a lot of abuse here in central Nebraska as guys and working on you can go and get
it smoothed out.
Get it smoothed out and figured out. They're becoming more and more popular, and people are not ashamed to say they go in and get a manicure. Have your fingernails looking right.
Right. Well said. We are going to get a little music going, and during that song, I'm going to take the fourth caller. Not yet, but when the song starts, I'll take the fourth caller at 872-2801 for a gift certificate to go and have yourself spruced up at Reflection Salon and Spa on South 5th Avenue here in Broken Bow. But the fourth caller then will be put on hold. We would like to bring you up on the air and find out what you think Brent would look like with a man bun. And if you...
You're looking for like a full description here?
Yeah.
I think he'd look great.
Or
I think he'd look dumb.
Or, yes, he should try it, or no, he shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, yes or no. And then we'll just go with whatever you say.
Okay.
If you say no, we'll just drop it and we'll leave Brent alone. But if you say yes, every day, Dave is just going to keep hitting on it constantly. No, he will not let up.
I will be bugging my neighbor, my co-host, my good friend, and my brother to wear a man bun. And I think Rochelle is ready to go with Reflection Salon and Spa to mount that. We can.
You keep using that mount word. It's really weirding me out.
Like a deer head. You put it up there. So here we go. Fourth caller called in, and we'll have a chat with you, and you'll win a $25 gift certificate. Fourth caller at 872-2801.
catch that momentum here towards the end of the season. And the Husker women, they're still doing great. The Big Ten has been tough for everybody in women's basketball. They're a 500 team in the Big Ten, but overall, I think they're 16-5.
Yeah.
So they're doing really good, and they've got a game tonight.
And that will be at 6 o'clock tip-off tonight on KBBN, pregame at 5:45 this evening.
All right.
And you can also listen to that on KBBN.com if you're out of our signal range.
Yep.
All right. Thanks a lot. Talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Well, I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay.